Hello, everyone. Hi. If you are there, could you please let me know if you can hear me? Because you guys already ran into a few technical difficulties. So I just want to make sure that everyone can hear me properly. If you are there. Hello. Guys, I was so nervous for this for this live stream that I was making a cup of tea to have whilst I do this live stream, and no word of a lie, I put the milk in first. That's how you know. I don't think I've ever done that in my life. That's how nervous I was. Thank you so much. Thank you, Kinso, for confirming that you can hear me. I'm hoping that it's coming through this microphone that I'm holding as opposed to through my internal mic. But as long as you can hear me, that's the main thing. Hey, Tamsin. Hey, thank you guys so much for tuning in today. I don't want to keep you guys for too long. I want us to talk about the Help to Buy ISA, the Lifetime ISA, and a few ways to save for your deposit in this 2021. In case you don't know who I am, my name is Ayo, and I recently bought a 2-bedroom flat in Bexley using the Help to Buy equity scheme. If you haven't checked out my empty house tour, make sure you check it out. It's one of my favorite videos that I have on this channel, so make sure you check it out. And I want to, basically my content is around home, finance, and lifestyle. I'm just looking to, share all the knowledge that I have about buying a house. Everything that I've learned, I want to share it with you guys. If you're interested in buying a house, if you're interested in getting financial freedom, make sure you subscribe, because I would love for you to join the family. I'm really trying to grow on YouTube and trying to spread the message. So if you're able to share, like, comment, all those beautiful things, make sure you do that. Hi, everyone. Thank you so much for saying hi. It's so nice to have the interaction. Please feel free to put questions in the live chat or in the comments. I will get back to you. I'm getting back to everyone. It's my aim. So if you have any questions throughout, make sure you put them in the live chat. I will also answer questions right at the end of this live stream. Like I said, I'm not trying to take too many people's time. We all have lives, but I want to make sure that I give you guys the knowledge. And I thought that through doing a live, you guys can just ask me questions here and now, and I'll be able to answer it in the best way I can. Also, before I get started, I'm not a financial advisor. I just do my research, I do my Googles, and everything that I've learned or everything that I'm saying is things that I found out online or through talking to people. So yeah, I'm not a financial advisor. I can't give financial advice. But as always, if you are looking for just some tips, feel free to DM me on Insta. I love to talk to people on Insta. We can video chat, we can do whatever we need to do if you have any questions, but I'm not a financial advisor. I can give that financial advice. Okay, cool. So I'm going to be pretty much freestyling this session. I've got a few notes here just to make sure that I cover everything. I've told you guys that I'm not a financial advisor. That was the main thing I told myself that I would say in the intro. So I've said that. So that's all good. So I'm hoping that everyone here, thank you very much. I hope you guys are really loving this voice in my mic. Yeah, I hope you guys all have an idea of what an ISA is. But ISA is basically acronym for individual savings account. So whenever I refer to ISA, it's ISA, individual savings account. And they're basically just a way for people in the UK to save money, or to grow money, or to invest money. So there are 4 different types of individual savings accounts. There's the cash one, there's the investment one, also known as stocks and shares, there's the lifetime one, and then there's the innovative finance one. And today we're going to be talking about the Help to Buy ISA, which is considered a cash ISA. And then we're talking about the lifetime ISA, which is an ISA of its own. I want to quickly just brush over Help to Buy ISA. I don't want us to talk about it, for too long, because you can't open new ones now, so it won't always be relevant to people. But for people that do have one open, keep it open, okay? Don't follow what everyone is telling you on Twitter and close it. Don't close it. It's really, really helpful. And the reason why I like it so much is because it just provides a lot of flexibility. It is very restrictive, don't get me wrong. I get that, like, it may not seem like the greatest on the tin, but the flexibility is unmatched. So I'm just going to quickly talk about the Help to Buy ISA before we get onto the lifetime ISA, which is where the real goods are, which is where the real tea is. Speaking of my tea, it's still looking milky, so I'm not going to drink that just yet. But yeah, let's talk about the Help to Buy ISA. In fact, please, Yeah, no one closed the Help to Buy ISA. Sorry, I'm also reacting to the live chat whilst I can. I'll try not to get too distracted, but you guys make me laugh. So I love to see what you're saying. So the Help to Buy ISA, basically with the Help to Buy ISA, it's like I said, a cash ISA, and it was a government-backed account where you can save money towards your deposit, and you can get up to 25% of a bonus of the money. But the main problem with it is that you can only save £200 a month. So, considering that, I say only, but £200 a month is still good money. Am I right? Like £200 is still decent money. And over a long period of time, it can really add up. But the main thing about it is that you can only save up to £200 a month. When you first open it, you can put £1,200 in it. But following that, every month, you have a limit of £200 only. Literally, if you try and put £1 extra, they will refund it back to you. You can't put any more than that in it. So I guess it can be quite frustrating if you know that you can save more towards a house, but you feel restricted for that £200. And it means that in a year, you can only save £1,200. If I've got that correct. I think my math is mathing. I think it is. If it's not, tell me in the chat. And so, no, is it 1,200? Wait, 2,400. 2,400. Sorry, guys, my math doesn't math. So yeah, in a year you can only save up to, oh gosh, I don't know why I'm getting so confused. You can only save up to 2,400. Wait, 200 times 12 is 2,400. Sorry, you can only save up to that amount a year. And so you, in that sense, you might feel like it's going to take forever to get the amount of deposit that you are required. But the beauty of the Help to Buy ISA is that it's very flexible. So when you're saving in it, if you still have one open, keep saving £200 in it, because over time, over 2 years, over 3 years, it really grows. And the beauty of the Help to Buy ISA as well is that it tends to have pretty good interest rates on it. I can't remember what my interest rate was, but considering what interest rates are right now for savings accounts, it's better than average. So you can only save £200 in it, but you're getting more bang for your buck in terms of the interest. And over time, like I said, it is a good addition to your deposit. And a main thing as well is that it's flexible. So you can actually withdraw from it at any time. If things get a bit tight money-wise, you can take money out of it. The only problem with that is that, because you're so restricted in how much you can save, ideally you don't want to be taking money out of it because it's only taking away and you can't try and replace it later. £200 per month, that's it. So if you save £200 in a month and then you're like, actually, I need £199 for something, you can't try and replace that £199 later. But you can take money out of it if things get difficult at any point. So yeah, the Help to Buy ISA, very flexible, and it's still a good addition to saving towards a deposit. When I was buying my house, I used my Help to Buy ISA as a cash ISA. So I didn't apply for the bonus. I didn't get any extra money in it. But because I'd been saving in it for about 4 years, I had about £11,000 in it. So it made about half of my deposit, essentially. So it was still very helpful. I put £1,200 in it when I first opened it. Then I saved £200 in it religiously every single month that I had it open, and it ended up coming up to £11,000, which was half of my deposit. So honestly, it's still a very helpful ISA and something to consider. But like I said, it is very restrictive in terms of how much you can save a month. So I understand why some people have their qualms with it, but definitely if you have it open, keep saving in it. Every little counts. And even if you are going to have a lifetime ISA, which I'm going to talk about next, you can still use them in conjunction. It just means that you can only claim the bonus out of one of them. So yeah, that's pretty much the Help to Buy ISA. If you have any questions, definitely feel free to put it in the chat. Let me know, and I will get to it right at the end. Or if it's applicable to what I'm talking about at the time, I will definitely make sure to answer your questions. Yeah, feel free, guys. This is an interactive session. I'm here to Q&A, as they say. So feel free, don't feel shy. I don't bite most times. Anyway, the lifetime ISA, this is where the real goods are, because lifetime ISAs are open. You can open one at any time. As soon as you decide that you want one, you can open one. And they are probably the best tool for first time buyers right now, to save towards a deposit. With a lifetime ISA, you are able to save up to £4,000 in a year. So way better in comparison to the Help to Buy ISA, which I just spoke about. You're able to save up £4,000 in a year, and then you get a sweet 25% bonus on whatever you save. So if you get to save a maximum of £4,000, you get a sweet £1,000 every single year towards your deposit. If you only are able to save, for example, £1,000 in a year, then you are able to get a sweet £250 towards your deposit. So you just get a young, beautiful 25% bonus, and that is added to your account as you save along. So if you are able to deposit, I don't know, £1,000 into your account at any lifetime ISA account at any point, you will get your £250, incrementally as you go along. So you're really able to see your money grow. And, in comparison to the Help to Buy ISA, when you think about it in maybe a 2-year span or a 3-year span, you save £4,000 each year for 3 years, right? You've saved £12,000 towards your deposit. And then you've gotten an extra £3,000 from the government for free money, guys. So suddenly your £12,000 has grown to £15,000, which is, oh, thank you for the mic, which is amazing. It's an amazing addition to your deposit. You won't be able to get a bonus like that anywhere else. So the lifetime ISA is definitely a good tool for first time buyers. Like, if you are very interested in saving towards a house, the lifetime ISA is probably one of the ways to go, especially, of course, only if you are a first time buyer. And we're going to talk about some of the cons of the lifetime ISA. By the way, if you don't follow me on Instagram, make sure you do. I just did a post about the pros and cons of the lifetime ISA. They're very important, because as much as I speak about the lifetime ISA being amazing, it does have significant cons that you need to keep in mind in case, things get sticky. In case anything goes wrong, you need to have an idea of the cons of the lifetime ISA. Natalie, but you also get interest added as well. That's very true. Yep. In the lifetime ISA, you get interest. Right now, the interest isn't, actually, to be fair, I know that there's some providers that are doing a decent interest rate at the moment. I should have checked it before I started this live, but I think Nutmeg and Moneybox do good interest rates for lifetime ISAs, especially if you just open them. So make sure you check out those two providers. You get interest on your lifetime ISA. Thank you so much, Natalie. Boom Select. Yep, lifetime ISA, tick. It is really, really good. If you're a first time buyer, it's where you want to be. And another thing I wanted to add about the lifetime ISA, I must say, because I think this is one of the good things about both the Help to Buy ISA and the lifetime ISA, is that if you decide that you want to buy with a friend, a partner, or a sibling, you can both use your lifetime ISA or your Help to Buy ISAs, or both, towards the deposit of your home. So theoretically, if me and my brother, if I hadn't bought a house, if me and my brother were like, we want to buy a house together, right? He could save £4,000 every year in his lifetime ISA. I could save £4,000 in my lifetime ISA every year. Suddenly we're like, okay, we're going to grind, 2 to 3 years, we're going to do this. Look at us, right? He's got 15K, I've got 15K. Suddenly we have a 30K deposit towards a house. It's looking lit. So the beauty of these government accounts, or these LISAs, or the Help to Buy ISA, is that as a couple, you can both use it towards the deposit of your home. If you are both first-time buyers, you both have to be first-time buyers. As I'm talking about these ISAs, it's very important that you need to be a first-time buyer. And you're not a first-time buyer if you own any house anywhere. So if you own land in Nigeria, I don't know if you'll qualify for a first-time buyer. If you have interest or you are a beneficiary of any property, you may not qualify for a first-time buyer. So if you are unsure, I would definitely recommend that you check out, like, you speak to a mortgage advisor, speak to your bank, just make inquiries to make sure that you are a first-time buyer. Because I would hate a situation if you opened up a lifetime ISA and you found out that you weren't a first-time buyer, because I don't think I've actually gotten to this point, but you can't withdraw money willy-nilly from a lifetime ISA. It's actually quite peak. You get charged 25% if you want to withdraw from a lifetime ISA for any reason other than saving towards a deposit or saving towards your retirement. I'm going to be talking about the lifetime ISA in terms of saving towards a deposit. In terms of the retirement bit, I'm not there yet. So I'm not really going to talk about that aspect. But yeah, it can be very peak. If you are not saving towards a deposit and you want to try and take some money out of your lifetime ISA, you're going to be charged 25%. So like I said, the government or that government bonus kicks in as you're saving and as you're going along. So the government ain't trying to have you capitalize on the money that you've had a bonus on if you're not trying to save towards a house. So they will charge you 25%. And sometimes that could equal taking a cut out of what you've saved as well. So say you've saved £4,000, they've added a £1,000. Depending on the interest, depending on what is happening at the time, you could end up coming out with less money than that you put in. So it's very, very important for you to consider that the money that you put in your lifetime ISA, ideally, you don't want to touch it. You don't want to touch it at all. I'm going to pause here and take a look at the live chat really quickly. Laughter. When you were saving for a house, did you put any of your money in a normal bank dabbing account? I think saving account, you mean? Yes, I did, but I didn't end up using much of it towards the deposit. So when I was saving for a house, I basically used my Help to Buy ISA and my lifetime ISA to save towards my deposit. And then I topped a little bit up in my cash savings account. But truthfully, the Help to Buy ISA and the lifetime ISA were the two main tools towards my deposit. That's what I would say. Moneybox ELISA 0.85%. Oof. Do you know what? That's pretty decent considering that I think when I left my lifetime ISA, I think we were on 0.2 maybe, or I can't remember what it was, but it was low. It was really low. So Moneybox ELISA, you guys check that out. The end of the financial year is coming up. So if you're thinking about opening a LISA, you've got 2 weeks to use the current year. Yes, Natalie, it's very, very true. That's a point that I probably wouldn't have put on, I wouldn't have actually said, but it's very, very important. The tax year. So the lifetime ISA, when you're saving for the year, it's actually in tax years. So the tax year starts in April and ends at the end of March. So if you are considering opening up a LISA, do it now and put as much money as you can right now so that you can get the bonus of this year and then start saving again towards your bonus for next year or April onwards. Thank you, Natalie. Thank you so much for that point, because, I would have actually forgot to mention it. I didn't put it in my notes and I should have. So thank you so much, Natalie. So yeah, the lifetime ISA, you really need to think before opening it. I wouldn't say as much as I encourage everyone to open up a lifetime ISA, that's on the assumption that 1, you are indeed a first-time buyer, and 2, it's not money that you're going to need in the next year or 2 years or however long that you're thinking about saving for, because you get penalized. You get penalized if you try and take the money out for anything other than saving towards a deposit or saving for your retirement. And I'm assuming that the majority of the people here are not looking to save for retirement just yet. I mean, we should all be saving towards retirement. Am I right, Akinshola? We need to all be saving in our pensions. But right now, I think we're all thinking about buying a house. And it's very, very important that we consider that, if we're not able to use it towards our house deposit, that money is essentially locked in there. So make sure that you, 1, definitely qualify for the first-time buyer status, and 2, you're not going to need that money for any emergency. You already have your emergency funds elsewhere. You're already, you're clean. It's all good. It's all good. Because I would hate for a situation where you're stuck, basically. So that's really what I wanted to touch on with the lifetime ISA. Beam Select. I'm not sure if I have a LISA already. Can I make a new one? Ooh. You might need to expand a little bit. If you don't know that you have a LISA, is it that you're not sure if you've already opened one or what the case is? I'm assuming if you're not sure if you have a LISA, you're probably not saving in one. So you should be able to make a new one effectively, but I would suggest that you trace and make sure that you don't have one elsewhere. Because when it comes to specific type of ISAs, you're only allowed to save in one type of each year. So in terms of an ISA, I spoke earlier about the fact that there's four different types of ISAs. There's the cash, there's the investment, there's the innovative finance, and there's the lifetime. But you're not allowed to have two cash ISAs in one tax year. So, and you're not allowed to save in two cash ISAs in one tax year. Actually, that's what I should say. So, for example, if I have, I don't know, yeah, if I have a lifetime ISA and I've been saving in that for the year, I can't try and open another one and save in that one too. I'm not allowed. It's not allowed. So I'll definitely make sure you check out and trace and make sure that you don't have a lifetime ISA elsewhere and you're not saving in one before trying to open a new one. I don't think you'll get like penalized of any sort, but they'll probably try and check and say, no, baby, you can't do that. So yes, make sure you have a pension or some kind of workplace personal. It's so important. Yes, actually, exactly. Pensions are very important. As much as, I'm talking about saving for a deposit right now, the retirement aspect of the life should still be considered because, saving for later life, saving for retirement is very important. Yeah, you need to deep it. Like when you're, 60, 70, 80, do you still want to be working? Ideally, no. So how much money do you need, to live? It's very important. But let me not get too sidetracked. Thank you, Akinshola. Thank you for confirming that for me. So yeah, that's the lifetime ISA. The lifetime ISA is a great tool if you're a first-time buyer. It's the best tool out there, I would say, for first-time buyers to save towards their deposit. If you're able to save, I think when you divide it by 12, if you're able to save £333 every month in your lifetime ISA, theoretically, you do that for 3 years, you do that for 4 years, you've got an extra 4K bonus just in your account, like just free that you can save towards your deposit. So it's a really great way to just capitalize on your savings. Now, I also recognize that some people that watch me may not actually qualify for a first-time buyer status. And if you don't, I've realized that there aren't a lot of tools to help you to get on the ladder, because as much as you may not qualify for a first-time buyer, it still might be your first house. So I did want to quickly touch upon other ways that you can save towards a house. And a lot of them are, based on financial freedom or making more money. But there's still things that I wanted to just highlight just in case it might be helpful for you guys. Because as much as you can save in a lifetime ISA or a help to buy ISA, if you're able to save money elsewhere as well, do that. Like every little helps. If you're not following me on Instagram, you may not know, but when it came to saving towards my deposit, it was over a 4 to 5 year span. And even then, my deposit wasn't that large. I wouldn't say it was like the largest deposit ever. It was £22,000, £22,200, right? But what I realized that over the span of those years, I'd been saving in other accounts as well. But, life happened and I spent a lot of it. And what I made sure to do was that in my help to buy ISA and in my lifetime ISA, I saved in those religiously. No matter what was going on, I always saved in my help to buy ISA. No matter what was going on, I always made sure to save in my lifetime ISA first. And that was where the majority of my money came from. £11,000 of the money came from my help to buy ISA, which I'd saved over 4 years. And then the lifetime ISA, which I'd saved in just about a year and a bit. That's where the other half came from. So, every little helps regardless. But if you're able to save extra, you should do that too. Definitely. So the other ways that you can save towards a house as well, I would say side hustles. Nobody really wants I don't know. Maybe I'm allowing Twitter to, influence me a bit too much, but people don't like when you talk about multiple streams of income. People don't like to talk about, having to side hustle, but it's just, fortunately, a reality of our society right now. Like, in order to be financially free, to be comfortable, and to do things like saving towards a house, sometimes you might have to pick up something extra to supplement your income. The average income, they say, I think in London, they said it was about between 30 to 33K or something. But that income, unfortunately, doesn't get you the biggest mortgage to buy a house. So it's really important that you save as much as you can in your deposit and you get the highest salary or the highest take-home money as possible in order to be able to afford to buy a house. So side hustles or any other streams of income that you can set up are very important. I just recently shared on my Instagram a post by at Banking on Me, and she did an amazing post about other ways that you can take up getting a side income, side passive income, without having too much of an upfront cost. And they're easy ways, things like affiliate marketing, drop shipping, other things that you may do, doing things on Fiverr, being a virtual assistant. There are other ways that may not necessarily take too much of your time, but can get you an extra 100, £200 a month, which could really go towards your saving of a house. So definitely consider that if you're, trying to save a house. Like, I'm assuming the people that are on this live stream, by the way, thank you guys so much for tuning in. I appreciate you. I appreciate every single one of you. I'm assuming that a lot of you are really interested in buying a house. And I'm going to be honest, like, it's not the easiest process. And even after you've bought the house, it's still not the easiest process. Guys, if I show you my living room right now, I'm sitting on an airbed for a sofa, because it's just not easy when it comes to the finances that are required to buy a house. So I would just say, get yourself in the position where you're able to attract and earn as much money as you can, so that you're in a comfortable position to buy a house, that you're not rubbing two pennies together and you're not turning off your heating because British Gas has decided to charge you £400 for 2 months of usage when you weren't in the house. But let me not get there. Let me not get there. The second thing I would say is to make sure you're researching the best savings accounts possible that are out there, basically. Right now, the interest rates for savings accounts are not the best, but make sure you are with the best bank account, So whatever is the best savings accounts where you can put cash in there and just make sure it's doing the best that it can be doing, make sure you check that out. If you want to know what the best savings account is right now, send me an Instagram DM. I will do some research and I will send it across to you to make sure that you're getting the best interest available, because you just want your money to be working for you. That's always the aim. You just don't want your money to be sitting idle and dwindling and not doing anything. So make sure that you've got the best savings account possible and you're using it. And if another one comes that is better, switch. Honestly, it may seem like a lot of hassle, but the extra £1, £2, £3, £4, £5, £7, £80, £100 that you've been getting every month will make it worth it, honestly. So don't be afraid to switch. Get the best savings account available, and make sure your money is working for you. And the third point I had was to look into investments long term. Now, I know that investments are scary. Trust me, even me, I'm still very scared. But honestly, again, the society that we're living in right now, it's really important for us to get equipped and know what investing is about. And there are different ways that you can invest. So if you're not interested in learning all about, every stock and every share and every one that's going up and down, if you don't want to hear about all of that, that's fine. But there are ways that you can, I'm trying to remember what the app is called. I think there's one called Plum. There's also Moneybox as well. And there's another one that I might be forgetting. If you guys know, put it in the chat. I can show you which one do you use. Is it Trading 212? There are different apps basically that you could use to save and invest that will work for you, essentially, and will work for the type of investments that you want to do. I'm trying to figure out what I'm trying to say, but basically, whether you're somebody that doesn't want to, like, if you're a lazy investor, if you're not trying to hear about everything and all the ETFs and all that stuff, even if you're not trying to do that, there are apps that are geared towards you. And if you want to know, all the ups and downs of Apple and Amazon and all them stocks and them, man, there's apps there for you too. So depending on the type of investor you are, look into it. And it's very easy to be like, don't be afraid, but honestly, don't be afraid, because these are all the things that are going to pay us later. When you're sitting on the sandy beach in the Bahamas and you think to yourself, I would love to have some extra money. I'd love to be, sitting on this beach and earning money in my sleep. Investing does that for you, whether you are really into it or not into it. So just make sure that you are doing the best thing that works for you, essentially. Nobody's here trying to be traders. I'm not into finance like that, but I do know that investment is really important. And, if you're thinking about buying a house in the next 3 years, 4 years, 5 years, maybe it's not something that you're trying to do right now, look into investment, look into it, because, the way your investment will grow over the next 3-4 years span will be way better than in a savings account that's not really doing much, essentially. So those were the main things that I wanted to talk about today in terms of the Help to Buy ISA and the lifetime ISA and saving towards a deposit. Thank you guys so much for tuning into this stream. If you have any questions, please put them in the chat now. This is the main portion of the video that I was hoping to do. I really wanted to do a Q&A, but also I didn't want to take too much of your time. So, I'm not trying to stay here for an hour or anything like that. I'm literally thinking, 5-10 minutes from now, we can end the stream. But if you have any specific questions or any comments or anything, now's the time to put it in the chat. If you have any tips of yourself, please share it with us. We're all trying to learn. We're all trying to get enough money. We're trying to earn as much money as we can so that we can get our own houses, get our own investments going. So please feel free. If you have any value, feel free to put it in the chat, put it in the comment box. If you're watching this afterwards, let's see. What does let's say? Yes, Trading 212 is the one I use. It's very good, but you need to ensure you research the companies you invest in. Moneybox has an investment section as well. Thank you so much, Akinshola. That's really, really good to know. So Trading 212, I guess, is a platform where you can actually invest into companies directly with companies. So you'd need to research the companies, but if you're slightly interested in investment, but you don't want to do the big stuff, maybe Trading 212 might be something for you to consider. And Moneybox has an investment section as well. Yep. I think I know someone who's got a stocks and shares lifetime ISA with Moneybox. So I think if I remember correctly, pardon me, if I remember correctly, Moneybox would basically ask you what your what your risk appetite is. So they'll say, do you want to be very risky? Do you want to be medium? Or do you want to be very reserved and cautious? And then when you know that, you're basically they will tailor your investments depending on what your risk appetite is, and they do all the work for you. And that sounds like a vibe to me. So check out Moneybox. I think Plum does it as well. I'm going to quickly take a sip of water because my throat is doing... oh. Sorry, you guys didn't sign up for ASMR, but my throat is doing the most right now. I've been talking a lot. So I don't think anyone has any questions. I think I'll just do a key takeaway and then we can hit the road. Guys, thank you so much for tuning into my first YouTube live stream. I was so nervous, but it's so nice to have you all here. I really appreciate you. So, wow, my throat. Right. So the main takeaway that I wanted you guys to take away is Help to Buy ISA. If you have one open, don't close it. Do not close it. Okay. Keep saving £200 every month in it. You can still withdraw the money as cash and contribute it towards your deposit. That's what I did. I saved in both a Help to Buy ISA and a lifetime ISA. I took the bonus from the lifetime ISA, even though I probably shouldn't have. And I left the Help to Buy ISA and just withdrew the cash as I needed it towards my deposit. So if you have Help to Buy ISA, you can save £200 every month. It is very restricted, but you can withdraw money as and when you want to. And it's a really good tool towards saving towards your deposit. So if you have one open, keep it open, keep saving. It's helpful. The lifetime ISA, you can save up to £4,000 every tax year towards your deposit. It is the best tool right now for first-time buyers to save towards the deposit. It is very, very helpful. You save £4,000 every year. The government gives you £1,000 every year. So you're able to save £5,000 every year. £1,000 of that being free money, right? Free money towards your deposit. The main con about it is that you are charged if you try and take money out of it for anything else. So if you're thinking of going to Dubai after the lockdown is open and life is free and it's good, they will charge you 25%. It's peak. So you need to make sure that when you're saving money in that, you don't need it for anything else. Make sure you have an emergency fund. Make sure you definitely qualify as a first-time buyer before opening one. And another thing I don't think I mentioned earlier that is very, very important. The lifetime ISA as well as the Help to Buy ISA actually. Your house cannot exceed £450,000. it cannot exceed £450,000. If you are if you want your first house to be a mansion, if you want your first house to be the biggest of biggest houses, then I wouldn't recommend that you get the lifetime ISA, because if your house is 500k, 600k, they weren't allowed to use the lifetime ISA. So, they're really trying to gear it towards first time buyers that would probably be getting 1 bedroom, 2 bedroom houses. So definitely make sure you consider that. Be very cautious before opening a lifetime ISA. Make sure it's right for you. But if you know that, your first flat, first house is going to be a flat, maybe like mine, 1 bedroom, 2 bedroom, and it won't exceed £450,000, lifetime ISA is lit. It's very lit. Definitely make sure you save in it. Even if you don't save up to £4,000 every year, it's still worth it. It's still worth it. Even if you're only able to save £200 in it, £1,000, £2,000, you get a 25% bonus. So you get free money. It's free money, guys. Free money. Make sure you are looking at the lifetime ISA as a possible option. And other ways that I mentioned, you can save towards your house, get a side hustle, get some extra income coming in. If you are trying to save in the next 2, 3, 4 years, look into investments, because that will make your money go further than anything else. And also make sure that you are looking for the best savings account on the market right now. Like, don't settle for what Barclays and Nationwide or Halifax may be giving you. If another bank is doing better, switch. It's not that hard. It's not that deep, but it's best. Switch your savings account to the best interest savings account out, especially if you're not a first time buyer and you're just trying to save money, the normal way, just trying to save money. Make sure that you have the best yielding savings account right now. All right. That's the main thing I wanted to say. I don't think there's any other comments in the chat. Thank you guys again so much for tuning in to my first YouTube live. It's lit. If there are any other suggestions of things that you want me to cover, let me know. Like I said, on Instagram, I've just done a post about the lifetime ISA. So if you want to save it, if you have any questions, hit me up on Instagram, check out my last post, and make sure you have that to hand when you're considering the lifetime ISA. Thanks again for tuning in, guys. I really appreciate you all. I wish you a blessed evening. And I'm gonna head out. I'm gonna drink this tea. That's probably really cold now, but it's all good. I hope you all have a wonderful evening. I'm not gonna dilly and dally. Let's get out of here, man. Bye.